I'm spinning twigs and branches. This is my ply yarn. I did it on the Ashford traditional. And what I did is what you can see here. I isolated the colors and blocking, so I've got different colors that are solid to the Scrapbox. In other words, there was no blending. I eyeballed it about in half, and so I got that part done. So then I started with the component spinning. And I've got a few made on here. Here, I'll show you one right here. Look at this. It's kind of cute. A little flower. Now, normally I wouldn't have things so positioned so it's either one way or the other. I don't really like this big thing flopping around on here. Like, I wouldn't put that in a yarn normally for me, but I know I'm going to weave with this in the end. It's the goal anyway. Don't hold your breath. It'll happen eventually, you know. But, you know, every chance you get, right? So I'm going along, but you can see. See? Wait. There we go. See? So we'll step away from that. That will be like a lead-in color. Let's put something here. So I've got everything laid out. And I think I'm going to grab these three. Okay? They're all kind of contrasty. I think I'll make this a base. So I always like to stick a lock in because it gives a nice, pretty little start there. And then, see where my back finger is there? Hold that and let this core wrap around that. And that gives you a pretty start. Cover that up. And then when I'm doing these kind of fuzzy locks, I really like to try as much as I can to keep them going just like that, where they're coming like straight up. And my fingers are holding them that way, so they're kind of like that, you know, but up. And keep everything up, and then that way they kind of spin around the outside. So, see how that is? And my fingers are, my thumb's behind it. See? Pull this back and let it go. That one was long, so I'm going to let it just go there. Now, that'll give you some length for the color change. And then let's add this. We'll save that for the other side of whatever I end up doing here. And I never really have, you know, too much of a idea. I just kind of do what the color change tells you to do, as crazy as that sounds. So again, let that little lock pop up. It's divided. Oh, look at that pretty one. We might let that stay out too. It was right there. So this I'm going to hold as the core behind it, where I stuck it in the crack there. And this, as a matter of fact, we're going to pull that up. Start from that way. Oh, sorry. The clock is on. So I started wrapping this in from the butt end. Leave that cute thing out. What will happen is this will end up being on top. Now, the reason I left that short, so it doesn't end up with a big mess in the back there, split it, get it in tight, because this is going to be more like a bead. Grab 1 or 2 little strings, let it go on, and then tack it down, let it pop out. Split it open again. Let's put some of this back on. Find the butt end, it's always good, nice and fuzzy. Stuff it in there. And again, now hold this and just kind of core wrap it on. And what that does behind, whatever you're putting in there, it seems like when you do this, this is, because you only got this little teeny tiny tail you're holding on to, so you want to build it up so it's the same on both sides. Go around it. Go up to it a little bit, just so the color looks nice. And you know what that looks like now? Build it up and then pull it back and you're back in business. And when I look at that, I see almost like a little flower. It's got a thing out the middle. Really cute. So do some more, you know, and then let any little fun things kind of stay up. Now I don't want to destroy it, so I would hand wrap it a little bit. So a lot to think about. Let's spread this open. What do I got left? This really dark one. Let's use that. Oh, look. Okay. I like to pull it down. Find your nice tip. All this fuzzy stuff is good for spinning. Let it lead in. Why not? Add that. You know, it might be pretty. Put this on it somehow. I'm going to make this like a little bead with these 2 locks sticking out. And I can keep up with the spin on that and bring the very tail end together because, again, look at, there's almost nothing there. Let's check on our little rose. I'm going to apply this. You know, I showed you the... Let's see. I think I need more of the green there. Just to finish this off, I'll grab just a little fuzzy stuff. Put it underneath, pull it toward you. There's a new little tail. And this you can tack it all down. Pull back, let it all go together, and now you're kind of, that's good, you've got a little bit of, now let's go back to that color, and this kind of separates that whole thing. We'll do a little pull. Oh my God, this is so pretty. See, I do a lot of prep. I'm not going to lie. So, let's get everybody through the hooks. Okay, so there you go, there's another color. I don't think it's the same, but it's different than the green. I want to isolate that. So, on this, I'm just going to whistle through and do just this color. So I like to bust up the butt end and leave the tips. Right? I want those kind of like, again, sticking up like that. So wrap that around, hold on to your core. Oops, get that little pretty thing out of the way. Okay. Get it started. back as much as you can on that first lock. That'll be a long one. Let it go. See? I'm going to hand wind that on because the bobbin, you know, you got to take care of that bobbin now. You come to the next one, just fan it open. You can kind of buzz through that. You know? And you think, like, this is not going to be a relaxing spin that you can just whistle through. Like the ply was so easy. I didn't think about anything. I wanted a smooth yarn, so I didn't really have to think about, you know, inch by inch. That was a very mindless spin, which is half of the fun of spinning somehow. Let's go back to this. So then I like to just go through and find colors that contrast well. So I'll take a handful of that. Let's go really dark on that one. And oh my God, is this mohair? Oh, I love mohair. It's like every time I touch it, it's like I need a cigarette, you know. God. So let's go. See, look at that. Total different texture. If I had to make those all stand up and keep all those pretty little curls, right? And maybe what would contrast nice with that without hiding it? Angelina, our little friend. Let's drape a little bit of that on top, see? That's a combination. Now see where my finger is turning blue in there? Oh, okay. I'll let it untwist. I'm going to stuff one little butt end in there, but it's still got a pretty little curl. Let that stick out. Let it catch. There you go. And I'm just going to kind of pull back here and do my regular. There we go. I'm putting a little extra twist. That's really pretty. And that just gives us a stretch of this color, because I want some sort of plain. And whenever it gets thin, just stop, core wrap a little bit, and then you can draft again if you have any left. Okay. Let that stick out. And then we got that. So we'll go on to the dark. Let's make a component. Let's make a big flower. Okay? So I'm going to hold on to that. Find a nice, it's a nice fatty lock here. We'll take that. One. I'd like to do the mohair, but that's more of a, that little piece is not very well defined, and I want a couple of tips sticking out. There we go. And see what's left here? This is great because this is like the glue. You know, you can save that for putting it all together. Let's see. It's like I want one more. Just all three, you know, why not? So 1, 2, 3. Okay, and go back, split this up as far as you can. take those 3 locks, put them up in that little hole. No. Push them forward. We're going to try to lock that in. You know we're going to try to lock those in. You just know it. Okay. I just want to get them where I want them though. Pinch, 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 pinch. I'm going to add just a whisker more in there because I'm going to continue on with this color. Oops. This color. It's not that one. I need some more to hold on to. It's almost getting impossible in there. I'm just going to wrap some around just to build it up again. There. Doesn't that look a little more easy? Okay. Let's give it some twist just to get things moving in there. Get close. Twist it up. Okay. I can feel that the twist came right through the other side. And I got it. Now it looks like a little tassel, right? There's a lot of bottom on this. I'm going to take this bottom with our friend Angelina. I'm going to lay a good chunk of Angelina underneath there. Just like that. Take this whole thing and twist it. My stomach's growling. I hope you can hear it. Oh gosh. It's like hard to believe I ate so much last night. So twist, twist, twist. Now look at it. Wrap it around. Wrap it around. Now what? I want to take all these little pieces. It's like putting a bun in my hair. Take the little pieces at the end. Wrap it around, wrap it around, wrap it around. Look at that. That's kind of cute. What don't you think? Look at that. So we gotta fix that right there. Look at that. Now that is a sweet little... So it's kind of nice after adding a component like that, that's so so detailed. You don't want to mess it up on the orifice or the hooks. It's just to spin back a foot or so. You know, give yourself some yarn space there, and then you can grab this guy. I'm going to go into this champagne-y color. Grab some of this. Look at those, are fun. Huh? Oh, you know what? I should save. You know what? I'm going to do something else. I have a better idea. These locks are too good to... I didn't see how nice they were when I just ripped them off there, but I have something else to show you. This is like making polka dots. Okay? I thought it was really cool. I made another section up there, but I don't want to really unwind it. Look at all these. Yeah, I kind of do that to those. Those are too nice. So then we need a handful of dark to contrast. Like this. I'm just going to fluff this up a little bit. Okay, so this will be like a set of 3 or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 6. Maybe I'll do at least 5. That'll be nice. Okay, find a cute little lock in that mess there. Shove it through. Start going. Get it to attach. Core spin. You're good to go. Just going to cover all of that up. Whoop. And any pretty things that come along. Get them to stand up. Like kind of just pick it out as you go, you know? Pick, draft, pick, draft, pick, draft. Pick, draft, yeah. Okay, so we have a little bit of mileage there. Yeah, and that's another nice way to just get a little texture. I just pick through, find all the little locks, and try to make them go in, I don't know what you're going to call it, the drafting trough, you know, what would you call it? I don't know. So let's add some dots, right? So give ourselves some room, pull that mess back there a little bit, find a spot. It's basically what I already showed you. Just get the butt end up. Make this short. Let that hang down. And then let it go. Let it go. Hold just 1 or 2 hairs. There. Push that up. Feed it on. I'll go back to this. Unwind it. Find a little spot to open her up with. Get yourself a butt end of a lock. They seem to go in really nice. You know, and that will hold on to anything. It's amazing. So once you split it, put 1/2 down. I'm going to give this a good wrap until it catches for sure. Wrap, 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 wrap. There. Get your grist back. Make sure the yarns match. Oh, look it. Here comes the little fuzzy guy. So let's put these close together. Okay? So it'll be like dot, 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 dot. There's one. Okay, don't go in too far. Trap it. Pull it up. I mean, it's up to you. If you've got this big, huge, fatty lock, you could do one of these, you know, nice and long if you want. These are just delicate. I'm trying to do a kind of a, oh, never mind. Yeah, a little smaller yarn, because I know I'm going to weave this. So, you know, you can always find a couple little hairs in there to trap down most of it. I mean, you want the lock to stick out. You know, if I trap the lock by accident, I'm going to go back and give it a little, just to open it up there. Okay. Let's open that up again. Get a little brown. Let's add some. Let's put an old-fashioned bead. I mean, everybody does this, I'm sure. It's all Angelina. Goes into the thumb hole there. Pull this down. Oh my God, now it's going to be everywhere. That was a big handful. I'm going to just let it go around, make a bead, right? Sometimes those are fun just to, see, let the twist back out that back end. Did you see that? That looks pretty. Now see again, here's a nice big lock, a nice big fat lock. I'm going to pull that butt end apart and let these little ends just kind of fluff up on the face of the yarn. And I think I'll use that center point where you know they're going to do it, because it's going to split naturally like that, and these are all going to come up in a section, and I'll make that the highlight, I think, with the string. Let's try that and see how that works. So this will give us some length. And one thing I want to say is when you're spinning like this for these locks, a lot of times you're constantly plucking them up and toward you because they constantly want to go this way, and the lock's going to go because it's going to catch on something up here, and they want to nosedive. So you got to keep just plucking them out. Just keep plucking it, and let this, you know, be your. See that? See, I did that. Pluck, pluck, pluck. And this will give you a somewhat smoother yarn in the front of it. So here come the pretty parts. So what I did is I got to here and I saved the other part. It's almost like I let them do a total split and let the lock stay up in the center here, in the middle. So here's the back, and here's going to be the component. And I have some also, some of this pretty mohair. So I'm going to add that into it as well. Get one big poof ball. Shove it all in. Save a little out. Now, also, I want I'm going to start by just shoving that in the triangle. It's got to go somewhere. We'll put that in there. Also the beads. So I want to let it hang and just trap that as well. So we've got all that up there. That's going to start down. Let's do a couple turns just to knock that off. I'm going to leave the short one to go. This one's going to travel with us, the long one. Say bye-bye, little short one. You got to stay up front. This one's going to wrap around once or twice. And remember, it's kind of wrapping behind your fingers there a little bit at some point. And you got to manage that as well. There. The lock actually split. Where'd it go? Here. So all of this is going next. Where's my long one? Here it is. Let's trap it down. There. That is sweet. And a little bit of over twist, that's all right. So this, I want to hide it because I want it to look the same on both sides. So I'm going to split this, put that in the middle, fan out that. I'll hold some long with it. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm going to split this and wrap with that. Don't wrap the bead. Let that go down. See, I'm still holding some in my back hand. Now, add that to your back hand and you're good to go. A little more core wrapping maybe. Okay, take some of that extra twist out. Ooh. Now look. This is cute as a button, let me tell you. Can you see that? There, look at that. You can see the different colors. It's almost better with my hand, is it? See the different colors? So, you know, imagine when this hangs, you know, those little tassels will be hanging down. Get rid of that. This is going to be like the core. So again, split, put one little piece of it down, little core wrapping there to get it started. Okay, build it up so it matches. Bring everything down. Now you got something to work with here. So the plan in my lap is telling me that this mohair is going to be like the center part of a bead. And I'm going to put these on either end. So I think I want to make it thicker to start, because I want this kind of honking. Let's put some fiber in here. I'm going to build up the base, because I don't want this little skinny little element. I want this to be kind of a focal. Add some more butt ends to it. Okay. That I like. So to get it going, we'll do one set one set of beads at one end. Pull that down. Remember, what you're working with in your back hand here is a very short amount of fiber, because you don't want to end up with a big mess. Okay, we're going to just lock that in. And I'm going to let this one kind of just own the top of this. So let the short one hang down. And the top one, there might be some, whoops, darn it all. There we go. Come on. Come on. There. Of course it's stuck on something or something. There. I think my camera tweaked out a little bit. So, you see where I started that with the beads on top? Now we're going to wrap the center part with mohair. Whole thing. And again, using just the little hairy carries to hold it together. Now I take some of that twist out. Back here, I can do that. So you see we have this long thing and then the puff ball. I'm going to open this up again. Nice big lock with the butt end. Split the yarn in your hand. Put some through. And because we want both sides to be the same, or I do. There we go. There we go. So there's a tail. I got to get this locked into place somehow. Hang on. Let's move this up to here. Or maybe here. Yeah, because that's where I wanted to build it up right there. So now I can drop the bead in. I know you're probably thinking, I don't think so, Sandy. You're out of your mind. It's okay. I get it. So I again want to build this up nice and thick. I got the bead started in there somewhere. Pull it down. pull it up. But this is going to eventually come to me. I just want to make sure I have enough fiber to fatten her up there. Make another split. Okay. I'm going to just put it all in. The little one stays up front, and the big one is going to build on that. Yeah. Without destroying the one up front. Try not to. Maybe I'll just hand wrap it a couple. And then push it through. And that's going to be that. I don't want to rip any of these. So I'm going to put it here. Get that up. Okay. Now there's some over twist, I'm not going to lie, before it. Here. And the second half I didn't get quite as thick, but I don't care, it's fine. A long section of dark sparkle, how's that? Wherever it gets thin, I always go back, just do that little core spin, and you can build it right back up again. Soft. Some mohair stuffed in my hand. And then that looks pretty dramatic. I think we should do that. That's nice because it's almost like it has three really pretty tips. So 1, 2, 3. That last one might be a cut end, but that's okay. Put them up, fuzzy side down. Okay. I'll spin just a little bit to make sure that's caught. Yeah. Now I feel better. Okay. Now I can take those 3 ends, trap them in there, come around. Very nice. Trap the whole thing. Pull the fuzzy parts down. I like to add a big whopping. Okay, now it's going everywhere. You know, it's nice when you only want a little. There we go. A little handful. Put it behind. And then take just the bottom of those locks. Twist, twist, twist. And then wrap it around itself once or twice. And you get this really pretty bow. Almost like a little rosebud. Very pretty. And then take this beautiful mohair. Oh, that is so sweet. See? I might have to do another one. Let's do it again. Okay. There's our 3. Find a spot in there. Put that up. Like this will be sweet as a little part of a weaving with all 3 of them facing the same way. So I've got it trapped. Get a nice helping of Angelina. Go behind. Let it trail out. Take the extra, double it up. Use it all. Why not? And then take that little handful, twist, twist, twist. Okay, go to the end. Now see, what's hanging out is what was when I laid it behind. And what's nice about these locks, oh, take from behind now, wrap that around too. Wrap it all. Because the locks are a little darker on the tip, it makes this really sweet frame. There. So now take your mohair again, wrap that around, catch the whole business. Look at that. Oh my God, those are adorable. They're cute, huh? I'm going to let this one be nice and long, meaning I'll just put it in. I mean, I can always sew it up later if I want. Lock it in. Okay, so the little one's going to go forward. The big one's coming with me. I'm just going to use this scrap. I'm going to open up. Shove it in. Kind of do two things at once here. I want to kind of wrap this first. And I'm going to wrap this after because I want it to be just the way I want it. Kind of tight. And come to the end, open her up. Stick it through. There we go. Now we'll let these both hang. There, that's nice. The locks, so they can be shown off. So pretty. So this one might be nice to, again, a lot of times I like to put the butt ends, but if you want to just show off that pretty lock, you can just shove that through the hole, leave that short, and then do a little wrap behind it. You can even go the other way then, and that will make it stand like straight up. You can go back and forth. Look at my finger turning blue. So that's where I'm going to stop with that and just do it by hand. Take that little bit. I'm going to bring it to the end. We need the dark. Oh, I lost it. Turn it. Okay. I'll do a little series of so we're going to keep this together. Go around once in the front, once in the back. And then again, front, back. Might want to twist this first. Front, back, front, and get some strings down there, and you're going to finish it off. Maybe we'll finish it off on this side, because then we can core wrap. Need some dark. Add that down. There. I'll just do 2 of those. There's an idea though, huh? And that will hold it in on the tail if you end back toward yourself. They have like a little woven look at the end of it. They all have little V-necks. Looks really cute. There you go. So I think, you know, just creative spinning is the answer. You just need to do whatever comes to you. I think a lot of the hard part is finding the time to sit and do it. So here's another super cute way to use your yarn here. So I'm going to make a wrapped bead with the string with the lock on either side. Lots of contrast, lots of texture, very pretty. So strip out a nice lock, okay? I'm going to push that through first. Okay. I want to lock it in first before we do anything else. Just lock that in. Okay? The whole business comes toward you now. Split that. I'm going to take a good amount of dark fuzzy. And I'm going to put that in this, whoops, see it did come out. I want to put that in the split. Let's lock it up again. Yeah. Okay. This is going to be the bead. Now the string, I'm just going to let the edge hang out a little bit. It'll be easier. I should have locked that in too. But I think if I just put it behind and then in front, it will do the same thing. So now, here comes the fun part. Take this and wrap it. Do it again. I don't want to hide it. I think I'm going to start with just wrapping this. It's not there. I want it thicker too. There. Now, you can go back with this. You want this on the outside, obviously. Obviously. Okay. Now. Make a nice, look at that, see? That's pretty texture. Lots of texture there. Now we can go back and just wrap that on. I think it's really pretty. Wrap that onto the end, everything on the end. Now, this teeny tiny little thing I'm holding is kind of ridiculous. I should have put more fiber on in the first place. But if you let it go, but I'm pinching it up here, you can still get in there. Add a little bit of butt end. Shove it way up in there. Pull it out. Even maybe take this string here to help anchor it a little bit. Core wrap the whole business on the end. You got it. Now, take your string, pop it out even. Why not? Now we're to here. We want to lock on either end. This is wild stuff. There we go. Now I can draft all this back a little bit. Whoops. There. Wrap it all and look at. There you go. Now that is a cool looking, that's a cool looking component. So here's another component. It's kind of a combination of everything. So here's a little hunk of mohair I put in to be wound out like this. So it's going to kind of look like a bow tie. And then I split, put some tentacly looking locks in here and trap them with a twist. Now I have this all hanging down. It's just going to be the larger version of what we already did back there. Except now I'm going to add a few Angelinas. And that's not going around. Remember, you're still holding on to that tail back there. But we're going to go and I'm going to twist it first. That will help hold it together. Go in front and then behind. Maybe I can do it with spinning a little bit. So it goes in front of and then behind. And that kind of gives it a little, its own little nest to sit in. And then bring the little bit of tail over to the other side toward you. Okay, we're going to split that little teeny tiny business there. Find some more mohair locks. God, these are nice. Don't let that go. Again, the butt end, all the fuzzy stuff, put it up in that little hole. I'm going to take that, pull it toward you. Core wrap this a little bit and have it come down. So when you pull it toward you this time, take some of this and trap it down on itself. And that's all that we'll need. Now, you're going to let the locks hang free, but meantime, you're still holding on to this stuff. Okay? So to make the two sides look nice and balanced somewhat, if we're going to even say the B word, but I guess visually we all want some sort of balance. In the end, I might end up just cutting this all up for the weaving anyway, so just having fun with this. So fluff up the butt end, get it in there, pull it back toward you. We're going to core wrap a little bit just to build it up so the two sides look the same. And then spin back a couple of feet so we can safely wrap our component onto the bobbin. And there we go. There. Can you see that? Now that's really fun, let me tell you. I don't know if I like it better sticking straight up or hanging down. Because hanging down, it's got a nice crisscross of the Angelina on the front here. I don't know if you can see that. But that might be a nice hanger with something on top. That would look nice.